Hello and welcome to day 136 of the live daily guided meditation series for ourselves in the world, where we are exploring and creating and doing our anti-racism, self-development, and healing work. So thank you so much for joining. I'm going to give just a moment for everyone to get a chance to get in here. I do have a kitten right here. It's hard to see, but he is right there. Oh no, what happened? Something happened. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, there is a kitten there. So, all right. So we're just gonna hop right in. Going to waste no time. So, as we have been doing, I've been reading a very long, fantastic quote from I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness by Austin Channing Brown. And we're going to continue on that quote. This quote talked about slavery and the hundreds of years of slavery, talked about the Civil War and how people literally fought to keep people enslaved. We talked about how this created Jim Crow law and the Jim Crow era and a whole bunch of horribleness, and then how this is impacting us still today. So, she writes, "The moment Black Americans achieved freedom from enslavement, America could have put to death the idea of Black inferiority. But whiteness was not prepared to sober up from the drunkenness of power over another people group. Whiteness was not ready to give up the ability to control, humiliate, or do violence to any Black body in the vicinity, all without consequence. Ultimately, the reason we have not yet told the truth about this history of Black and white America is that telling an ordered history of this nation would mean first naming America's commitment to violent, abusive, exploitative, immoral white supremacy, which seeks the absolute control over Black bodies. It would mean doing something about it. How long will it be before we finally choose to connect all the dots? How long before we confess the history of racism embedded in our systems of housing, education, health, criminal justice, and more? How long before we dig to the root, because it is the truth that will set us free? Sadly, too many of us in the church don't live like we believe this. We live as if we are afraid. Acknowledging the past will tighten the chains of injustice rather than break them. We live as if the ghost of the past will snatch us if we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So instead, we walk around the valley, talk around the valley, speak of the valley with cute euphemisms. Quote, we just have so many divisions in this country. Quote, if we could just get better at diversity, we'd be so much better off. Quote, we are experiencing some cultural changes. Our only chance at dismantling racial injustice is being more curious about its origins than we are worried about our comfort. It's not a comfortable conversation for any of us. It is risky and messy. It is haunting work to recall the sins of our past. But it is not the work we have been, but is this not the work we have been called to anyway? Is this not the work of the Holy Spirit to illuminate the truth and inspire transformation? It's haunting, but it's also holy. And when we talk about race today, with all the pain packed into that conversation, the Holy Spirit remains in the room. This doesn't mean the conversations aren't painful, aren't personal, aren't charged with emotion, but it does mean we can survive. We can survive honest discussions about slavery, about convict leasing, about stolen land, deportation, discrimination, and exclusion. We can identify the harmful politics of gerrymandering, voter suppression, criminal justice laws, and policies that disproportionately affect people of color negatively. And we can expose the actions of white institutions, the history of segregation and white flight, the real impact of all white leadership, the racial disparity in wages and opportunities for advancement. We can lament and mourn. We can be livid and enraged. We can be honest. We can tell the truth. We can trust that the Holy Spirit is here. We must, for only by being truthful about how we got here can we begin to imagine another way. So we are going to allow those powerful words to help us in our meditation today, and hopefully for the rest of our lives. So you can close your eyes and we will start breathing. So we're taking long, deep, slow breaths in through our nose, feeling the inflation of our stomach and lungs, feeling the shift from inhale to exhale, and exhale to inhale. And then allow our breath to leave our body with an audible sigh. With every audible sigh, allowing your body to relax a little bit more. Starting to find groundedness, centeredness, stillness. Just tuning into your body for a moment, noticing any feelings, any body sensations you may be having. Just notice any judgments you may be having about those sensations. Noticing your mood or any emotions you may be feeling today. And noticing any judgments you may be having about your mood or emotions. Noticing any thoughts you may be having. And again, any judgments of those thoughts. Noticing any sounds you can hear, or anything else in your experience right now. And remembering we're not trying to change anything, just allowing ourselves to experience them fully, mindfully, in the present moment with our full conscious awareness, not judgment. And if we find ourselves judging them, just allowing ourselves to let it go, to witness the judging, and allow it. And in this space, I'd like us to consider the role history plays in the present and in the future. How it's imperative for us to be able to understand the past so that we can learn and grow and heal. And how this applies to not just us personally, but to our societies and cultures. countries, and beyond. Really take stock of where you are in your anti-racism journey, because it is a journey. There's no final destination. There's no perfect outcome. You just have to keep showing up every day, doing the best we can. So we're taking stock of where we are, and maybe identifying an area that we're ready to make some more movement on. What part of history do you need to learn more about? And can you see the strain of history that comes throughout the history of our country and the world that has created present circumstances? Nothing happens in a vacuum. Just remaining open, present, and aware. We will continue to contemplate this as we're moving forward. For now, I'd like you to think about a place that feels really good to you. A place where you feel happy and healthy, loved and loving, peaceful and calm, safe and connected, and whole and complete. Allow the good feelings that you feel in this space that you're creating right now in your body, mind, and soul to permeate every part of you, inside and out. And just remember that you have more control over your experience than we often give ourselves credit for. So feeling those good feelings and seeing your heart rate aglow in the center of your chest. Every breath in, your heart rate will grow and expand easily and effortlessly, filling the whole of your chest, and then the whole of your body. Blessing each and every cell in your body with your love and your light. And your heart rate continues to grow and expand, bursting out of your body into the space around you, filling your home, your place of work, or wherever you may be right now. Filling the space and everyone in it with your love and your light. Your heart rate continues to grow and expand, engulfing your neighborhood, your town, your city, engulfing your entire state, or province, or territory, engulfing your entire country or nation, and engulfing your entire continent, blessing each and every living being with your heart rate, with your love. And your heart rate continues to grow and expand deep down into Mother Earth, connecting you with her wisdom, her abundance, and her harmony as you bless her with your love and your light and come into resonance with her. And your heart light continues to grow and expand, engulfing the entire planet in your love and your light. Blessing each and every living being, each and every person, each and every group of people, each and every government, organization, business, institution, system, and policy, each and every plant and animal, and especially those who are struggling or suffering, hurting or in pain right now, especially Black, Indigenous people of color, and all those affected by COVID-19. May they be surrounded in love. May they feel our love, support, appreciation, understanding. May they know justice and equity and equality. And together, we make the strong intention to both live in and create a world, a present, and a future that is more loving, more healing, more just, and more equitable for the highest and greatest good of all. And our heart light continues to grow and expand out into every part of space, infinitely expanding, just as the universe is infinitely expanding, just as the divine is infinitely expansive, because you are the universe and the divine. You are infinite, and you are love. I'm going to sit in this expanded state of love for just a moment longer. Considering again the role of our history in our present moment and future occurrences. Considering the role of God or the divine, the universe, or even your own humanity when it comes to anti-racism work. And recommitting to ourselves right here, right now, to stick with our anti-racism, self-development, and healing work, in whatever forms that takes for us. To continue learning, growing, changing, evolving, healing, and loving for the highest and greatest good of all. You can stay in this space for however long you like. Let's start taking a few deep breaths. Bringing your awareness back into your body, bringing your love, new perspective, and understanding with you always. Being aware of your seat in the room you're in. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining for day 136 of the live daily guided meditation series for ourselves and the world. Thank you for continuing to show up, for continuing to share your love, and continuing to do this important anti-racism work. As always, Black Lives Matter. We matter, and together we are changing the world for the better. Have a wonderful rest of your day.